welcome back to Living 757. During this pandemic, it's been so important that everyone lends a helping hand. And last week, Patricia caught up with Congresswoman Elaine Luria, who has been doing just that. Let's check it out.
So now I have the pleasure to introduce you. She's an American Democratic politician and Navy veteran, Congresswoman Elaine Luria. Welcome to Living 757.
Oh, well, thank you, Patricia, for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited that you have the time to share with us today and with all our viewers. Elaine, we saw each other during these past 2 months in different events during COVID-19. As a Congresswoman, has COVID-19 been affecting your life?
Well, Patricia, you're right. We've crossed paths quite a few times, specifically when we were up at the food bank in Hampton, where they were doing a large handout to the community, and then down on the south side in Virginia Beach with the Urban League of Captive Roads and other groups who were, both handing out food and doing testing and handing out safety supplies like masks. And so, it's really been important to get out in the community to understand what the need is, to hear from people around the community and how this is impacting them. And it's impacted me just like a lot of other folks. My daughter is 10, she's in 5th grade. So, while I'm trying to do my job and stay connected using technology to have a lot of different meetings and conferences and connect with folks all around the district, she's also here at home doing her schoolwork. And so, that has been a challenge for a lot of parents to take on that extra role of being educators as well. And as far as the role of our jobs in Congress, I mean, when I'm in the district, I spend my time out and about connecting with people. So having to use technology to connect in different ways, but have spent a lot of time talking to small business owners, trying to understand the impacts of COVID on their businesses, how the payroll protection program can be helpful. Spend a lot of time on the phone with local elected officials, sheriffs, mayors, county commissioners, people in the faith community. I think it's really important to hear from our pastors and our clergy to understand, because they really have one-on-one contact and understand really closely what people are going through. So I just spend a whole lot of time, staying connected, but using technology to do that, and keep doing our job so that we can hear from the community and take that to Washington and represent people.
This has been amazing, and like you just mentioned it, I saw you firsthand working so hard trying to help the food bank. Let's talk a little bit about that, your work with the food bank.
Well, I really appreciate all of the entities within the community that are out there, helping so hard to get food to people who need it. And you were there as well. I mean, you saw the line just didn't stop, and they had to turn people away. So it's truly people who a few weeks or a month ago, had a job and an income and never would have thought that they needed that service. So it's so appreciated that the food bank can chip in and do that. It's also very important that, the day we were there in Hampton handing out fresh food and vegetables, that is something that comes through the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and I advocated very strongly to make sure that could go to everyone, because before this happened, there were a lot of restrictions on who could receive those fresh fruits and vegetables. And now we know that, the farmers, and, I'm advocating now that our fishermen and our watermen can provide seafood products as well to be part of that, because there's supply out there that's not being used because the schools aren't serving lunches in the school buildings, and the restaurants are closed or reduced capacity. And, we really want to connect that resource with the people who need it in the community. So I've been working very hard on trying to help with that.
How people can help the community, like if anybody wants to help?
Well, I think that, one of the things going back to the very beginning of this is that I think we can each individually help by trying to stop the spread. So, taking that personal responsibility of following the guidelines for social distancing, stay home when you can, wear protective masks when you're out in public and around other people. And, like they said from the beginning, use sanitizer, wash your hands, and try to stop the spread of COVID, because that's one of the things that, will help us get through this, is to see a declining number of cases.
And I think we saw it for the past 2 months, a lot of people coming with new ideas, and we had to be creative. But thank you so much, Elaine Luria, for your time. I know you're working so hard. Like you just mentioned at the start of the interview, you're also a mom, working at home, Congresswoman. So you're doing it all. I don't know how to do it, but yes, you're doing it all. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Patricia. And, if people want to follow our work, or we like to share all the information that we can about the federal programs and the legislation that's coming out. So at Rep. Elaine Luria is our official handle. Please follow that and share it with your friends and family to get updates on information from Washington and about our congressional district.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time once again. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.